All South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Danos Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Danos also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Everroot motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Danos Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Peitz Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Peitz Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket, out to 3, Jay Hayes, good! And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dimock Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimock Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, DimockDairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimock Cheese.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
At Busse Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a newer used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Busse Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Busse Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The word cooperative means working together for a common purpose. At Agtegra Cooperative, we are dedicated to supporting the success of our farmers and the health of our communities for generations to come. Rooted in our communities, Agtegra strives to instill dedication, determination, and integrity in everything we do, and that includes inspiring the next generation of agricultural leaders.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Duenwald Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or DuenwaldTransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Duenwald Transportation, let us do the driving.
Explore the 2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology, you'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierre, South Dakota.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Protect what matters most with the Brittney Schiefelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittney Schiefelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
On Monday, September 2nd, all of Grossenburg Implement's 9 locations will be closed in observance of Labor Day. This is so all of their employees can spend time with their families. If you're looking for equipment, look no further than Grossenburg Implement. They have new and used equipment to help you get the job done. Go online at grossenburg.com to see the entire lineup. Remember, Grossenburg Implement's 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming will be closed on Labor Day. On Monday, September 2nd, all of Grossenburg Implement's 9 locations will be closed.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Danos back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Guadalajara, Iceberg Funeral Home, James River Broadcasting and DRG Media Group, Maher Law Office, Midco,
Welcome back
Bollinger
to the
Law
Oahe
Firm,
Federal Credit
Pierre
Union
Chamber
press
of
box.
Commerce,
Oahe Federal
Pierre
Credit
Dental
Union,
Clinic,
where people are
Pitt's
worth
Design
more
and
than
Build,
money.
Red Rosa, South Dakota National Guard, Stolken, Peterson, Lingle, Walti, and Jones LLP, and Wegner Auto. And now,
Welcome back to
DRG
the
Media
Oahe
Group
Federal
proudly
Credit
presents
Union press
Pierre
box.
Governor
Oahe Federal
Volleyball.
Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Hey, thank you very much, and a very good Friday evening, everybody. Friday night in the fall is normally reserved for high school football, but the Pierre Governors are playing tomorrow night, so we get an opportunity to bring you an extra version of high school volleyball. The Pierre Governors are back at home at Riggs High Gym. We welcome you. I'm Brian Oakland, along with William Wilson, who will run the show in studio. Jordan Lutmer is on camera for live ticket. You'll be able to see this match as well as hear it on our website at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. You'll find it at gogovs.live and also through YouTube. As the Pierre Governors come in off of a straight set loss against Watertown, one of the top 5 teams expected in South Dakota this year. That was on Tuesday night. They're 0-1, but they'll take on a Rapid City Stevens team that is also 0-1. Stevens was up at Aberdeen last night in a Thursday-Friday back-to-back trip to open the season. Here they are in the second leg of their trip to open their season, also with an 0-1 record. That was a 4-set loss against the Golden Eagles last night up in Aberdeen. Coming up in our pregame show, we'll take a look at where we are so far, I think where the rest of AA volleyball is. We call it the state of volleyball in South Dakota, and we'll run down the records, not so much the power rankings at this point, but just see how this first week has gone so far. We'll set you up with the schedule of events. Of course, we've got coaches' comments, keys to success. We'll do starting lineups, all that and more. It's high school volleyball tonight before football tomorrow. Well, we've got high school volleyball tomorrow afternoon with Rapid City Central here at Riggs High Gym as well. So a full weekend of Labor Day weekend high school sports here on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7. We'll pause for a 3-minute break. Come back with our Bank West pregame. Pierre Governor volleyball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
This fall, celebrate the spirit of sports with Beck Motor Company, proudly supporting our community for 55 years. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or just need reliable transportation, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. From SUVs to Silverados to sedans, our wide selection ensures there is a vehicle for every lifestyle. We're making a great deal better. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, South Dakota, your trusted automotive partner since 1969. 605-224-5912, beck-motors.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Welcome back to Riggs High Gym. We've got an exciting sophomore match going on. We're in the third set. Stevens has had a lead throughout this third set on the race to 15, but the Governor Softs are trying to make a comeback. They're back within 4 right now, 14-10, but coming out of a timeout. They still have a handful of points that they need to collect, but pretty good sophomore match, hopefully setting the stage for a pretty good varsity match coming up as well. Two teams 0-1. And once again, we're glad to have you aboard for high school volleyball tonight here at River 92.7. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play coming up. We remind everybody that's on the road to make ready for safe travel as well. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team, as we all do, and they remind us to buckle up every trip, every time. Reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. A long rally on this 15th point, but Rapid City Stevens wins that sophomore match 15-10 in the third, so we'll get a full pregame warm-up and be ready for varsity competition in just a little while. Meanwhile, let's take a look to start this Bank West pregame show, the state of volleyball in week number 1. The action started on Tuesday night, of course, here at Riggs High. The Governors fell short against Watertown in straight sets, 25-11, 25-14, 25-16. It was the recurring theme of long service rallies for Watertown. They had 6 or 7 of them over the course of the 3-game set match, and Watertown essentially won that easily. The third set was much better for the Governors, but still another long rally that helped Watertown win it going away. They won that last set by 9, 25-16. Meanwhile, on Tuesday night, Brookings had a good one at Aberdeen and came up with a 5-set victory, 15-10 in the 5th set. So Brookings is 1-0 on the year. Huron starts 1-0 with a straight set win over the newest entrant and member of Class AA in volleyball. It's T area, but Huron wins it in T. O'Gorman beat Yankton in straight sets. Then in Sioux Falls, it was Jefferson over Lincoln 3-1. Sioux Falls Washington went 5 against Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Out west, Sturgis was a 3-1 winner in the Black Hills Conference over Belle-Fourche. St. Thomas More beat Douglas in 4 sets, 3-1. Last night, with Rapid City Stevens going on the road and starting their season, they lose at Aberdeen Central. It was 29-27 Aberdeen in the first. Stevens turned around, won the second game 25-18. But the Golden Eagles came back and get a 25-19 win in the third. and 25-18 in the fourth to get their first victory of the season, putting Stevens at 0-1 coming into this match. Meanwhile, Douglas straight sets Rapid City Christian 25-21, 25-19, 25-9. Perhaps Rapid City Christian has lost a lot to graduation from a year ago, but Douglas impressive in that one. That's actually going to be the next opponent for the Governors next week after tomorrow's match that they'll host Rapid City Central. So we'll have that one on Thursday night. We'll talk more about that later. Meanwhile, Harrisburg with a straight set win over Brandon Valley. The two-time defending state champions start their season with a win last night. And Sioux Falls O'Gorman. In Sioux Falls, O'Gorman beat Roosevelt 3-0. Dakota Valley out of Class A was a 4-set winner over Yankton. Sioux Falls Christian straight set at T area last night. That's where we are right now. To this point, O'Gorman is 2-0, the only team in AA with 2 wins so far. Harrisburg, Brookings, Sturgis, Huron, Sioux Falls Jefferson, and Watertown, as well as Sioux Falls Washington, are all 1-0. Aberdeen Central 1-1 after their first win of the season last night over Stevens. Douglas is also 1-1. We've got Pierre and Sioux Falls Lincoln starting 0-1, as are Rapid City Stevens and Brandon Valley. 2 teams are 0-2, make it 3 teams 0-2 so far. That's Sioux Falls Roosevelt, T area, and Yankton. 3 other teams have not played yet. You got Rapid City Central playing at Aberdeen tonight, playing their first match of the season. They'll be here tomorrow for match number 2. Mitchell and Spearfish are also starting their season tomorrow at the Huron Invitational. That's the big schedule event tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow also has the Governors hosting Rapid City Central. Keep in mind the game time on that. Very early in the afternoon, 12:30 Central Time is the varsity match scheduled start. So we'll be on the air to give you that match tomorrow here on River 92.7 at 12 o'clock noon. New sports director Justin Cowart will do his first volleyball broadcast of that one tomorrow. Of course, we'll have Governor football from Aberdeen also tomorrow afternoon beginning at 4:30 with the pregame. And the Huron invite, by the way, does have Huron, Mitchell, Watertown, Brandon Valley out of the ESD, Sioux Falls, Lincoln from the Metro, also Spearfish, Sturgis, and Douglas will be there from out west, as well as Class B powers, including state champion Chester area and Northwestern. So 10 teams will be playing in the Huron invite tomorrow. A lot of volleyball going on in the Fair City during what happens to be State Fair weekend as well. Got a full schedule in the week ahead. On Tuesday night, Pierre will not be playing, but Rapid City Central will, or Stevens will. They'll be hosting Rapid City Central, and of course their crosstown rivalry Tuesday night. That'll be at Carroll Higher Gymnasium at Stevens High. Meanwhile, out west also, Spearfish will be at Hill City Tuesday. Douglas will host Custer before they welcome the Governors on Thursday. Sturgis at St. Tommy Moore tomorrow as well, or Tuesday rather. Watertown goes to Marshall, Minnesota in the week ahead. Also Brandon Valley hosting O'Gorman, Yankton hosting Sioux Falls Christian. In Sioux Falls, it'll be Roosevelt at Jefferson and Washington at Lincoln. Then T area hosts West Central out of Class A. Thursday, again, after tomorrow's matchup with Rapid City Central, will be the next matchup for the Pierre Governors. They'll be at Douglas to take on the Patriots. And meanwhile, Brookings at Watertown in the ESD. Mitchell will go to Sioux Falls, Washington, and T area will play at Harrisburg. That's the schedule of events to come in high school volleyball, plus the current records and things like that. That is the state of AA volleyball here in South Dakota coming into this first weekend of the season. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. In fact, let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll come back after 2 minutes. It'll be our keys to success. We'll talk with the head coaches, beginning with Kerry Wheelhouse, the new head coach for the Pierre Governors. That's more on the way. The Bank West pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our Pierre office today by visiting rankygray.com.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Well, night number 2 for the Pierre Governor volleyball squad. Keys to success with Kerry Wheelhouse, the new head coach for the Governors on game number 2. But I'll tell you what, Coach, match number 1, we talked about what a good opponent you were going to have. And those Watertown Arrows, they look like they played their first match of the season too, but still just a little bit better on paper. And I think that showed a little bit on the court. What I'm wondering is, with the new people you've got on the court, is it looks like it's going to be a while, I suppose, before they kind of get up to speed to the speed of the AA varsity level, isn't it?
Yeah, we were talking a lot this week about, we need to move it around. We need to not just set the outside. We need to really work on our passing because we can't do anything until we get a good pass to our setter.
In good passing, I said the other night that everything starts with defense, but really, of course, offensively, everything starts with that first pass, and you got to get in system a little more consistently.
Yeah, we definitely need to get our passes to our setter so that she's not running all over the place, and then that way then she can deliver it to somebody other than just our outside and really work at getting to all those different spots that we've got available.
It's a great attribute to have is you've got a team that won't stop hustling. They're going to hustle all over the place. Problem is you don't want them to have to hustle.
Exactly. We don't want to have to burn them out in the first set, and we want them to be able to get through that third set and not have to work near as hard as they did.
But at the same time, in postgame, you did say that the girls were ready to play that team again, and I think hopefully that means they're good and ready to go tonight against Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, they were not ready to be done playing on Tuesday night, and we're looking very forward to playing again this weekend and playing back-to-back and keep that momentum rolling and ready to show what we've adjusted and what they can really do.
Stevens here tonight. I'm sure you got a chance to see them in Aberdeen last night, at least on the internet. But what did they look like in their first match of the season? What do you expect here tonight?
Yeah, they went 4 sets last night against Aberdeen, so my guess is they're going to be a little more tired. It was pretty back and forth up at Aberdeen, even went to 29 points in the first game. So I'm thinking that they're going to be a little more tired. They've got some holes defensively that we need to really make sure that we're getting to those holes and really adjusting our hits for that.
Once again, defensively, though, the other night you still had a pretty good block, and I think you still won that statistic against Watertown. So looking for more of the good things up at the net tonight, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep working on that block. Keep following those girls, making sure we're getting touches on it, really helping that back row out as much as we can.
What do you see from Stevens offensively then, and challenges they'll pose tonight?
Yeah, they've got one girl that plays all around, plays right side, which is not normally where you see your power hitters coming from, and she's a pretty power hitter from that right side, so we're really going to have to adjust and watch and pay attention to where she's at out on the court.
Especially a right-handed hitter, right? And that changes a lot of the angles that you're used to maybe setting up against at the net, isn't it?
Yep. So they're just going to really have to make sure that they're setting their blocks correctly out there, and then the opposite side, making sure they're ready to dig that ball with those cross-court hits.
All right. Other keys to success against the Raiders?
Yeah, just keep working hard. Like I said, get those passes, make sure our serves are staying in and keeping a good, consistent serve, and I think we'll be a little more competitive.
And with another game tomorrow, you're looking at, I think, still adding to that chemistry, but looking to build some momentum, hopefully.
Yeah, it's really for those girls, just that positive time on the court, get those nerves out of them. I think they're going to be a lot more relaxed tonight, and you're going to kind of see more of the true them than going up a number 5 or top 5 hit or players and team. And this is going to be a little more their speed and get those nerves out.
All right, looking forward to it. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Terry Wheelhouse, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, as we are in our Keys to Success segments of the pregame show. Pierre Governor Volleyball. Keys to Success are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll pause and hear from Central Dakota Eye Care. Then we speak with Lindsay Montague, the first-year head coach of the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, as Keys to Success continue next. This is Governor Volleyball.
The key to success starts with vision. Hi, this is Dr. Matthew Blazek of Central Dakota Eye Care. Regular, yearly comprehensive eye exams are key in finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 and schedule an appointment. New patients are always welcome. The staff at Central Dakota Eye Care is proud of our area youth and support their high school activities. Best of luck in the game. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, here we go. A Keys to Success with the visiting head coach, Lindsay Montague of the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, coach. And the way you get started here this season, last night you go to Aberdeen Central, and it's an interesting way to do a back-to-back performance. Thursday night, Friday night, now here in Pierre. Aberdeen gets you in 4 sets last night, and I think right off the bat, after you've practiced for a couple of weeks, you finally hit the floor. What did you see off of maybe some new people and the chemistry you're trying to develop here in the first match of the season?
Yeah, the chemistry that they have is magic, and that's something that I can't teach. I need my middles to step up, but I've got 2 sophomore middles. I have a senior, so really looking forward to them stepping up and being a key player to our success.
So your chemistry, I guess what you see in Aberdeen Central as well. I mean, they get you in 4. Granted, it's their location, their school, but a team that has, I think, off of the state tournament appearance they had a year ago, maybe just a little bit more experience on the floor.
Shoot, right? Yeah, they're a great team. I mean, they have solid hitters. Their libs like white on rice. I mean, she was all over the place. I think for us, there's a lot of bright spots, and we have a lot of growth. I think right now we're just starting out. We haven't even peaked yet. I'm hoping that comes around that state tournament time. I could see last night that they were gassed after 3, so we need to work on that. And to me, it comes down to that team that wins makes the least amount of errors.
Absolutely, and especially early on in the season when you're trying to minimize that, even though you expect the errors. And you'll face a Pierre team that certainly was kind of in the same boat against a really good Watertown team on Tuesday night. How do you expect this one to go here?
So I really hope the girls bounce back. I hope that they trust each other and believe in themselves. That's one thing I'm trying to teach them is a winning culture. You have to believe in you. Like, you might be up 10-1, but you can't let them back in it. And that's what happened last night. And sets 3 and 4, we let them back in it. They have to finish it. They have to know that they can do it. And again, it kind of comes down to what's between your ears. So,
I think one thing, maybe one similarity we'll see between these two teams tonight. I thought Pierre, being kind of new to the court themselves, maybe still has some catching up to do with the speed of AA volleyball. Do you feel that same way maybe with some of your players too?
Yep, I think so. One thing that I've definitely tried to teach them is we have to speed things up. I don't want sets going to the ceiling. I call it icicles on them. So just speeding up that gameplay and playing our game. So it's fun to watch when they connect. It's magic, but just trying to get them to think like that all the time.
Can you game plan at all for Pierre, or are you still more concerned about what's going on your side?
No, we've watched some film. We watched them play against Watertown. So there's some opportunities, but it's going to be a great game tonight. I'm really looking forward to playing them.
All right. Any other keys to success tonight?
No, just hopefully show up. I really hope that the road trip and getting in early this morning and up early this morning, I hope that they're young. I hope they're resilient and they bounce back. They can do it.
Coach, you're looking forward to it. Appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much. Oh, my.
Lindsay Montague, the head coach of the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Of course, they went to Aberdeen Central last night. You might think, why are they playing a road trip back-to-back Thursday, Friday? Well, of course, in Aberdeen tomorrow, there's a first game of the season on the football field. Of course, that's where the Pierre Governors will be And that's where we will be tomorrow as well. Keys to Success brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We pause for 2 minutes, and our starting lineups are coming up next. High school volleyball is right around the corner here on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Krueger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KruegerContracting.com or find Krueger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittney Schiefelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Pierre Governor Volleyball coming right up. Starting lineups also coming right up. And we remind you, for a station break, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
And once again, Governor fans, if you're tuning in for Governor football, that's tomorrow night, the first game of the season. The 7-time defending 11AA state champions will be playing at Aberdeen Central, 4:30 with the pregame tomorrow, and 5 o'clock with the opening kick. Let's run through our starting lineups real quickly here. Starters brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. And the rotation for Rapid City Stevens will look like this, although on the program they don't have positions or heights. All we've got is years, but we know who's in the starting rotation. Reagan Broderick is a sophomore. Sydney Wathen, a senior. She's really one to watch. I think the one with the most experience on this Stevens team, Sydney Wathen. Junior Avery Krause is in the starting rotation. Cecilia Shine, a senior, and also Brianna Brewer, a senior, as well as Coach Montague's daughter, Aspen Montague, a junior, in the starting rotation. Reagan Broderick, Sydney Wathen, Avery Krause, Cecilia Shine, Brianna Brewer, and Aspen Montague, the starting six. Macy Davis, a junior, is the defensive specialist, and she is the libero for the 0-1 Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Lindsay Montague, first-year head coach, assisted by Kylie Roy, Rochelle Orline, Tessa Walter, and Emily Coolish. Our starting lineups from Envirotech, we'll give you those for the Governors as well. Looking like this: Ellie Brower's the primary setter, a 5'7" senior. And depending on rotation, Ava Swenson, a 5'7" senior, may be in the back row at as a defensive specialist. Kira Gossman, a 5'7" senior, will hit from the outside. Middle hitter, senior Savannah Fullerton, will be in there as well. J.C. Bauer, the 5'10" senior, on the outside. Second setter, Addison Soma, a 5'9" senior, and Campbell Cronin, a 5'11" senior, in the rotation as well, with Gossman, Swenson, Browers, Fullerton, Bauer, Cronin, and Soma. The libero is Grace Hanton, the 5'8" senior, And also Sloan Waldron playing in the back row. She was a serving specialist the other night. We should see Alexis Schleckaway, a 5'7" junior, in there from time to time as well. The Pierre Governors 0-1 on the young season. Head coached by Carrie Wheelhouse, assisted by Chloe Kaiser, Kim Byerly, and Peyton Gall. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups. We'll hear from Envirotech. Let's pause for 2 minutes, and we'll come back with the game officials and our first serve coming up in just a few minutes as well. 2-minute break. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
This fall, celebrate the spirit of sports with Beck Motor Company, proudly supporting our community for 55 years. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or just need reliable transportation, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. From SUVs to Silverados to sedans, our wide selection ensures there is a vehicle for every lifestyle. We're making a great deal better. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, South Dakota, your trusted automotive partner since 1969. 605-224-5912, beck-motors.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Back at Riggs High Gym, inching closer to the starting serve, the first serve on the way, but we've got one other order of business here in our Bank West pregame show to give to you. It's the naming of tonight's game officials. We affectionately refer to them as the law on the court. They're brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, more specifically their Division of Consumer Protection. Let's hear this important message, and your game officials are next in this Governor Volleyball pregame.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division gives us our law on the court tonight. Our game officials, licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school volleyball, and we thank them for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Manning the net tonight, the R1 will be Brian C. and Scott Wagner, the R2. Actually, it might be Mr. Wagner up top on the ladder. Brian C. on the floor is the R2. The line judges will be Rachel Arbach and Todd Sandel. Once again, our game officials, Brian C., Scott Wagner, Rachel Arbach, Todd Sandel. The game officials, the law on the court. South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. We serve it up. The opening serve of the night brought to you by Comtech Communication and Electronic Services. We're serving after this. You're listening to Governor Volleyball.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
It's Comtech on the truck bypass in Pierre, sponsoring the first serve of tonight's game. Keep up to date with the scores of tonight's games, by the way, with the Gales Gas Service scoreboard at the end of each set. We'll give you that from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Coming up in the post game, also we announce our big plays of the game, brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics and your player of the game, a service of Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre. With Jordan Lutmer on camera for Live Ticket, William Wilson in studio, I'm Brian Oakland. Here's your Comtech opening serve, put in play by the Pierre Governors. A good line drive straight up the middle, but just a little bit too long. Ava Swenson just missing on that. So the first point of the night goes to Rapid City Stevens. As you watch this one on the River 92.7 page of DRGnews.com, you'll be able to see Stevens hitting right to left. They're wearing silver jerseys tonight with the royal blue numbers and trunks. Libero with the royal blue jersey. The Governors in home white with the green numbers and trim, and also black trunks. Aspen Montague, first server for Rapid City Stevens, returns the favor, and we've got a 1-1 start to this one. Nice pancake here on a save by Grace Hanton. Cleared out by the Governors. Stevens will set up left side, outside hit. Sydney Wathen will swing and score, and we trade side outs here in the early going. Sydney Wathen will rotate the serve. She's a senior. She's been playing this game a long time. Actually started her career with some pretty good Class A teams out of Hill City. And then the family moved to Rapid City to set up at Stevens. Now Avery Krause, the junior, on the right side for Stevens, will get a service point and a 3-1 start in favor of the Raiders. Once again, hitting from right to left. Governors returning left to right as you watch this one. You can see it at GoGovs.live or the DRGnews.com webpage as well. River 92.7 page in particular. J.C. Bauer in the middle with a tap kill. Set up nicely by Ellie Brewers. And the Governors will get a side out back. They still trail 3-2, but they serve, and now we got a rotation violation at Rapid City Stevens, not quite in position as far as their rotation goes. So this call is made here, and that'll go as an error on Stevens. Campbell Cronin serving for the Governors, and we just started, but it's 3-3. Cronin left to right. That one will sail a little bit long. So the Governors so far serving aggressively, but two miscues. And going a little bit long, and Stevens has the lead back at 4-3. Every serve results in a point. Stevens will bring in Reagan Broderick. Serving, a little floater to the back left. Pierre gets insist, and they set up Savannah Fullerton, but Stevens, it's a good block, and they'll have to free ball it back. It's Swenson up to Brewers in the middle. Back set, wasn't set up right for Addison Soma, but she cleared it away. Now another free ball back by Stevens. Govs will try it again. Bump pass out, but Hanton calls this one. She has to shove it away. Now Stevens with a chance on the outside, and this one is good. Through the Governor block and down. This is Krause for the second time. And a good service point, well earned by Rapid City Stevens. Sometimes, well, you don't want to free ball them back, but sometimes free balls are okay. And they proved it that time. Here is Cronin on the right side. Blocked once, but pushed back into the net. So Cronin, that was actually Bauer for the second kill early on here for the Governors. 4 serving 5 of the Governors will rotate. Bauer to the back row. Swenson checking out. And Kira Gossman will come in up front to play the front row for the Governors. A lob palm shot over by the Raiders on the return of serve, but they'll miss it wide on the far side. Opportunity for Cecilia Shine, but just missing the mark. And now the Governors serving again. Possibility to earn their first lead of the night. Good block of Krause up front. Bauer ranged over, kept it in play, but tapped back. Now a chance for Stevens. He'll swing and score again. And this will be Brianna Brewer with the kill. So as Stevens rotates around, they continue to show that they've got different people who can swing. The Governors with just one player in the kill column so far, J.C. Bauer. Avery Krause is back to serve. Soma got the nice pass. She wanted to turn right around and hammer it over with some authority, but Stevens saw it coming. Then the ace block up front. Trying to see who that is. I believe that is Cecilia Shine. Senior in the middle. 7-5 Stevens. Soma will set this time out to Gossman. Left-handed tapper is away. Stevens sets up, and this one does not clear the net. Governors were there defensively, but the miss for Brewer will be the third error for Stevens so far. So we've got a bit of a pattern after trading side outs early. Stevens scored a couple to go up 3-1. The Governors scored 2 to go 3-3 tie. Then Stevens went up 5-3. The Governors tied it. Stevens went up 7-5. And now one side out, and it's 7-6, and a miss on the right side for Brewer. Set pass might have been a little bit wide, and here we are tied up again. The Sloan Waldron, the 5'7 junior, is on to serve for Pierce. 7-7. Waldron, running jumper, played in the middle back by the libero Macy Davis. She'll get it back. Palms it away from the back row. Hanton, good pass this time up to Browers, but Savannah Fullerton got locked and loaded. A little too much on that one, did not get on top of it. The Governors will commit their first hitting error of the night. And Pierre unable to take a lead yet again. As Stevens takes that rally point to an 8-7 advantage. Browers will try with Gossman this time down to the campfire, but the Raiders get underneath it. Here's Wathen up front once again. Playing out on the left side of the Stevens front line. Sydney Wathen scores her second. Now Stevens scores 2 in a row. Again, as the pattern continues. Serving here. Nope, this one stays, and that pattern will hold true. As Brewer misses into the net, second service miscue for the Raiders. It's 8-9. Hatton, the libero, is out. Campbell Cronin back in up front. Savannah Fullerton will rotate and get a chance to serve here using the middle of the service line. Backing Brewer off. Good pass up front, but a miss by Shine out on the right side. She'll cross court one to the near side and miss it wide. So the Governors claw back to a tie once again, and 9-9. Fullerton will bring it again. Left to right. Good line drive this time. Brewer up to the setter, Montague. Bumps one out. Wathen will miss this one, and now the Governors have their first lead of the night. 10 on the board for Pierre, but 6 errors plus 2 service errors for Rapid City Stevens. Just a couple of J.C. Bauer kills is all the Governors have offensively. Now after that first lead of the night, Fullerton will serve one a little bit long. The Governors have given 3 serves back, and points to the Raiders. Were tied 10-10. Macy Davis ready to go. That one floats, and it's just a little bit long. So 2 teams that are going to be, I believe, a little bit of a work in progress this season, but we're seeing some early season type miscues that certainly will be cleaned up, I would imagine, as the season goes along. Gossman will rotate out of the front line. Ava Swenson, pink shoelaces and all, are back in. Good serve right down to the middle, but Brewer gets underneath it, gets back on her feet, took that Montague pass, but she'll miss it low and into the net. Another error by the Raiders. We've got a 12-10 Governor lead this time. Govs in home white. There's Swenson. Again, Swenson started the match in serves. We've had a full rotation. There's Wathen denied. The block up front by Campbell Cronin, and L.A. Brewers is there as well. Second block. Or first block for the Govs. In this case, 13-10 the score. And the Governors running on 3 in a row. Swenson will try another one. Low line drive right over the net. It's Brewer. And that first pass, and the tapper this time is good for Wathen. The Governors have been used to her taking full swings, but she pulled the string this time for her third kill early on. Governors past the halfway point, though. They lead 13-11. Stevens serves Hanton too far back on the serve, but a good cover up from the back row by Waldron. Pushed away by J.C. Bauer. Stevens will set up Avery Krause. Can't get much on that one. There's Hanton. Brewers will turn and push it back on the second touch. Now Montague with a chance to leave it for Krause. The block is there, but it's backing out of bounds toward the scorer's table, and that'll go to Avery Krause, her third kill, to match Wathen for team high and game high honors so far, 13-12. As Montague serves for the Raiders, Bauer comes up with a big one, but this time it's Rapid City. Stevens blocking it back and home. And Krause getting up there to deny J.C. Bauer. And Stevens has come back to a 13-13 tie. Hanton will take the first pass, jump, set by Brewers. That was blocked back, and now Pierre has it back on a touch again. Touch return. Here's Bauer. Body control, stays out of the net. Montague leaves this one with Wathen. Right back to Grace Hanton. Ellie Brewers. And a power tap good for Campbell Cronin. CC with her first kill of the evening, and the Governors will reclaim the lead at 14-13. Here we'll rotate Waldron out, and that brings Addison Soma back in up front. Brewers, the lefty, serves it away. Tapper, Hanton back to the net, and Cronin keeps it alive. Here we'll free ball it back from Swenson. Another chance for the Raiders. Wathen, hot shot down the lane, or down the far side, the near sideline if you're watching this one. And that one is good for Wathen. So one and done this time for the Governors. 14-14. Good match. Two evenly matched up teams so far. It's kind of what we expected. Hanton will return one back up into the rafters. And this one misses. Todd Sandel saying this one missed. And nobody sees it. Now the whistle blows, and they say the return by Addison Soma missed. And it's going to be a Stevens point. I got to tell you, I think Mr. Sandel needed another look at that. From my vantage point, that one was in pretty good play, unless it rattled the antenna, and I may have missed that. It should be 15-14 Stevens now. I believe they had the serve on that one. Cronin will take a swing out on the right side here and miss. Back-to-back errors here for the Governors. Scoreboard still says 15-14. The return and the pass of the serve was sent back. And then Brewer could have put it away, but she sent it across the court. And they set up to Avery Krause, who will score her fourth kill. Now 16-14 Stevens. Right to left, Wathen. Played by Swenson here. Here comes Soma, but that's got too much on it. Too tall, too long, and it might be a good time for a Governor timeout, as Stevens has now run off 4 in a row. 17-14 our score. Game number 1 on the way to 25. Wathen goes down the middle. Hanton right back up to Brewers. Good swing this time by Bauer. And then there is Soma, tried to return off of the block that hung up in the air. Maybe a little bit of a loss of focus here. 5 errors suddenly for the Governors, helping the Stevens Raiders out to an 18-14 lead, biggest of the first set so far. Coca-Cola timeout. Timeouts in our broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Ford Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer. Some of the best boats on the water. Danos also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Their certified technicians proudly service Yamaha, Mercury, and Evergreen motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Danos Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
But now Stevens has 5 in a row. A few Governor errors mixed in there as well, and they lead 18-14. Tomorrow, Rapids.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
ball back. Swenson sending Macy Davis deep, and that forces Stevens into a free ball, but the Governors were caught with their feet in the mud. And a back bump return by Brianna Brewer finds its way down on the near sideline. The Governors were given a bit of a break, but they did not help themselves. And Sydney Wathen will continue in serve. And this is our first ace of the night. Swenson returned it back to the net. Brewers tried to play it out of there, but unable to make a play. Sydney Wathen with the ace. 7 in a row now for Stevens, and they lead 20-14 rather. Here's Hanton playing this one to Brewers right in the middle of the Governor's side. Soma palms one out of there. Brianna Brewer left side swinging for the Raiders. And the Governors block and defend this one pretty well. Bowers has to return, though, feet on the floor. Back opportunity, back line, we should say, for Wathen, and a net violation coming back here. Pierre had a dig that went back to the net, and the Raiders, I think Kraus got a little too eager. Rattled the net, might have been across the net anyway, and that'll be an 8th error on the night for the Raiders here in this opening set. But they lead 20-15, and now an ace for the Governors. And Campbell Cronin registers the first single for Pierre. Right back within 4, 16-20. But to keep an eye on what was the recurring theme for Pierre the other night. In giving up long service rallies. Stevens had one a moment ago of 7 straight. Here's a hot shot for Avery Krause on the right side. Governors with a good effort, but they can't keep it in play. Swenson really tried to run one down. But it'll be a service, or I should say a rally point back to Rapid City Stevens, who leads 21-16. Those long rallies are something the Governors definitely have to avoid tonight, at least from a defensive standpoint. Stevens coming up with a bit of a decoy. Krause punches it away, but the Governors defend. Here's Fullerton in the middle, off the net, on the swing. Brewer is there to dig it up, though. Now Krause can't get on top of this one. That'll be another miss for Rapid City Stevens, and a one and done for the visitors. 21-17. Governors' rotation will send J.C. Bauer back from the right side of the service line. An easy decision here for the Stevens defenders and a return team to let that one go, as it'll be long. That is the 4th service error for the Governors so far here in this first set. Stevens is 3 away from claiming game number 1. It's 22-17. Here's Kira Gossman swinging left side. That one blocked by Stevens and Cecilia Shine, but it's back over and out of bounds. And Kira Gossman, who had a great first set with 4 kills on Tuesday night, collects her first so far here this evening. 4-point deficit for the Governors. Serving. Another one goes hot, but it's long by Sloan Waldron. And it's 23-18. 5-point advantage again for Rapid City Stevens. Here is Hanton. Up to Brewers. Little tapper this time. Fullerton out of the reach of Macy Davis. Davis, the libero, came from a long way away. Could not keep that one in play as she slides to the ladder, and it's 19, serving 23. Now Fullerton rotates. She had a good service run in her first opportunity. That was Wathen playing this one up. Oh, it's Wathen up front. Krause played it up, and a 1-2-3 bump set spike. Wathen out of the reach of Hadley Hart, a 5'6" junior, onto the back row for the first time tonight. But Sydney Wathen matches Avery Krause. 5 kills apiece for Stevens. They've got 12 overall in this first set, and they lead 24-19. This is game point here in the first game, and Pierre has to free ball and away. Free ball one back. They get a free ball return, no chance for the middle hitter, Cronin. Can't put that one away. Two-hander is back and over, and they say it's on the line. Rachel Arbach making the call, and Rapid City Stevens will get this final point. The setter, Aspen Montague, just on the back half or the outside half of the sideline. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Stevens will claim game number 1, 25-19 with a win over the Pierre Governors. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre as we pause for 2 minutes. Game number 2 is coming up next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7.
With medical.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal
You're walking
Credit
so
Union
much
Press
better.
Box.
What did you
Oahe
do?
Federal
Well, I got
Credit
so
Union.
tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great...
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Peitz Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Peitz Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Friday night, the first night of high school football in Class 11 AA. Pierre Governors play at Aberdeen tomorrow night here on River 92.7. But one surprise I'll throw out there so far, Spearfish hosting T-Area and leading T-Area so far in the first quarter, 14-0. We'll keep you updated on some high school football as we go along. With the Comtech first serve of game 2 is in play, and Stevens takes the first swing after the Governors had returned the Stevens serve, and Avery Krause, right side, picking up where she left off in game 1, swinging and scoring out of the reach of Addison Soma in the middle back for the Governors. First server for the Raiders is Aspen Montague. Here's Cronin taking a swing and a block up front by Rapid City Stevens. This is Wathen. Very good offensive player at the net, making a great defensive play. First 2 to the Raiders here in the second set. Hanton returning the Montague serve this time. Up to Browers. Outside right, and Stevens is ruled in the net this time. We did see it rattle. And so an error here by Stevens, who had 9 of those actually in the first set. And that was one thing that off the record, Coach Lindsey Montague and I were talking about, and just some things that really kind of irk coaches. And we're talking about basically how both of these teams might be a work in progress. But, she just thinks that no matter what your level is, you've got to minimize errors, and that's going to be a key to success for Rapid City Stevens. Meanwhile, a big block up front this time for the Cubs. And I think that was Campbell Cronin who gets in there. And that'll be her second kill, or at least in on her second kill of the evening. 2-2 After Stevens scored the first two, Ava Swenson serves again. Stevens misses this time. It's Kraus on the left side. Usually spending more time on the right. The Governors have countered with 3 in a row, and they have their first lead of the second set. 3 serving 2. Swenson again up the middle. Lobs this one, and miscommunication as Kraus backed away. And it was Brianna Brewer back there as well, but Kraus was backing away, hoping to get an opportunity to swing, but it turns into an ace for Ava Swenson. She'll look to go again. Kraus cuts in front of this one now, puts it in play. Stevens doesn't get much on it. Now a chance for Cronin up front, and again, Stevens is in the net. They got a block on it, but I believe I saw Reagan Broderick, the sophomore, going up, and I think if I were to replay that one, going up, she was bringing her hands up over the top of her head, and on the way up is when she rattled the net that time. 5 in a row for the Governors, their longest scoring rally of the season, and a chance for another one. But a good defensive play. No, Stevens is in shambles that time as Cronin does put it away. Stevens got a first touch on it, but then as Macy Davis was peeling herself up off the floor, nobody else was there to make a second touch. So 6 in a row for the Governors, and they lead 6-2. We're in the second. A Coca-Cola timeout has been called, and we'll pause for 30 seconds. We're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Give it off to Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
First one, 25-19. Talked about high school football, and Spearfish leading T-Area 14-0 end of the first. Yankton over Huron 12-0. Mitchell over Douglas 28-0, and Brookings leading Sturgis in Brookings 14-0. Service error out of that timeout as a foot fault is called against Ava Swenson. So 6 in a row for the Governors comes to an end. They'll try to get it right back. Campbell Cronin with a tapper. Davis with a good keep alive, and Stevens will return it. Browers wants a chance at a shot. Left-hander is dug right back up. Stevens returns again. Browers with a set pass this time. Loose ball at the net, and Kraus will block J.C. Bauer. J.C. did everything she could, but pass was a little too tight with the net, and we'll give Avery Kraus the ace block, and that's a service point again to Rapid City Stevens. They're back within 2. 4 serving 6. Somuk, free balls one away. Montague this time will leave it with Kraus, and Avery Kraus knows the angles. She's got good floor vision from the right side. Coach Kerry Wheelhouse talked about one player that generally hits from the right side. And a right-handed hitter, you don't see that quite so often. Players like to open themselves up and give themselves the full floor to see, and they usually hit from the left side. Here's a serve return error by the Govs. 3 hits is not enough, and suddenly 4 in a row back to Stevens, and we're tied 6-6. Early on, second set, Stevens won the first one by 6. Hatton back over the net on the return. That's a bit of a miscue. Stevens will try to take advantage. They don't get much on it, though. Brewer gave the Governors a chance. Brewers, 2 hands the second touch away. Now a Governor block. Back to the Raiders. Here's Wathen from the back line. Off the net. Hatton makes a good pass this time, and then Brewers will feed to Campbell Cronin. And Campbell will hammer this one home in the right corner. 7-6, the Governors are back in front. And Ellie Brewers back to serve. Wathen, bit of a misplay. It's to the scorer's table. A rare miss for Sydney Wathen. This is an ace for Brewers, the 5'7" senior. Third of the night for the Governors, and it's 8-6 in the second. Brewers again. Up the middle, angling to the Pierre left side, back left corner. Here's Brewer with a nice adjustment. She was ready to come running up to the net, but she stopped and then reached back and still got enough mustard on it to put one down on the Governor's side. And we've got a 1-point game again, 8-7. Govs lead. Broderick serves for the Raiders. Played up by Brewers. Nope, played up by Swenson to Brewers. Back set. Comes back to Cronin. Campbell will miss it this time. Second error of the set, and we're tied at 8. I'll get you some scores of football games we have going on in Central South Dakota. DRG Media Group stations. Meanwhile, back at it in an 8-8 tie. Soma tried to swing. That was defended. Now Kraus comes back and scores for the Raiders. They'll take the lead back 9-8. KGFX AM, Stanley County Buffaloes, they got hammered by Hill City last week. Now they're playing the number 1 team in Class 9AA, defending champion Parkston, as Cronin scores here for the Govs. Parkston having their way with the Governors at the Buffaloes rather at the end of the first quarter. It's 34-0. Parkston commanding that one. 9-9 here. Stevens had a brief lead. The Governors pull back within a tie. Two-hand tap by Montague to return the serve of Pierre. Now Fullerton is blocked. Savannah tries to keep it alive, but sends it beyond the back end line, and Cecilia Shine will pick up her second ace block. Talked about the Govs having a good block on Tuesday night against Watertown. So far, Stevens has the advantage in that column on my stat sheet, 5-2. And here's a miss in serve by Kraus, and the Govs will get the serve right back in a 10-10 tie. Stevens here tonight, Rapid City Central. The Cobblers here tomorrow, trailing by 2 sets now, up at Aberdeen tonight. Rapid City Central still trying to rebuild a program there in the central part of Rapid Town. Stevens swings and sends one long. 4 errors in this set after 9 in the first. This is Hadley Hart serving from the left side of the service line. Stevens unable to really get anything set, although Wathen will hammer from the back row. Now a chance for Soma, returning for the Governors. Second touch. Montague is over, and that one will find its way into the campfire. That one came over the top of Savannah Fullerton and at the feet of Ellie Brewers. So Stevens back in front again, 11-11. As the Governors had a momentary lead. Gossman with a swing, but that's dug up by Davis. Then return. Kira will take another hack. This is more of a power tap, though. And this one is good for Wathen. That's fair inside the back left corner on the Governor's side. Sydney Wathen with 6 on the night. Actually, they have her with 7. I gave one to Kraus that the official score saw differently, so we'll go 7 and 7 for each. Here's Fullerton, and this one not clearing the tape. Savannah had to double clutch. And this was one just at the top. 13-11. We're in the second game. Stevens up a set. And they have the lead here in game 2. But another back and forth effort. Now Soma will push one back on the second touch. Off of the serve. Nice look for Addison Soma, who picks up her first kill of the night. 13-12. Stevens halfway home in the second now. You're trying to get some momentum, maybe build a lead, see if they can even this match up. And Stevens miscommunicates perhaps as they back off on a Sloan Waldron serve. Or maybe they communicated right and they both said out, out, out. That's what it was. Just a little bit long. A miss by Waldron, now 14-12. Now a miss on the return by Hanton. Out of the reach of the diving Brewers. This is an ace for Macy Davis. Second ace for the Raiders. 15-12. Davis stays low and into the net, though. 15-13 it'll be. Stevens with the lead. Here will rotate to serve. Hanton out. Cronin back in up front for the Governors. Savannah Fullerton back to serve now. That's a nice shot there, but Krause will play it up into the rafters. It stays in the back row, but Brianna Brewer will try, but miss. That one going long. Another error for Stevens. Stevens, a team that's going to do a lot of nice things this season, but I can tell, especially after my chat with Coach Montague before this match started and how many errors maybe she was talking about. We are seeing maybe too many errors from the Stevens standpoint thus far. But a miss in serve for the Govs. And the Raiders get it back with a 2-point lead. They'll swing and score once again. It is Avery Krause. So, a service point for Rapid City. Montague serving again. Right to left. Hatton back to the net. Stevens able to put it away. Wathen right there. Stevens by 4. It's 18-14. We'll take a timeout here called by the Governors. Timeouts in the broadcast once again sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. Grab a Coke. Be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Taking
out to 3. Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Friday night with high school football coming your way tomorrow night. Once again, it's volleyball at 12 o'clock with Pierre against Rapid City Central. 12 o'clock pregame. Justin Cowart will call that one. I'll head the way up to Aberdeen Central. Swisher Field, the Golden Eagles will host the 7-time defending 11AA champion, Pierre Governors, here on your official home of the Governors, River 92.7. Live ticket will be there with live video for both events tomorrow as well. Montague will come out of the timeout, missing one in serve. So a well-used timeout for the Govs that time. And it's 15, serving 18. Swenson will come back in off the bench to serve and play through the back row. Ava from left to right floats one nice and deep. That would have been fair, but Stevens played it up. Davis got it away. Broderick swings and is denied. Now on the run is J.C. Bauer, but can't get to it in time to get it across the net. And the Governors give one back to Stevens, who leads once again by 4. 19-15. Here's Wathen now to play the back line. Swenson, Brower had to take the second touch, then pushed out by Browers. Miscommunication for Stevens, but they free ball it back. Browers this time leaves it for Cronin. Big shot, but underneath it was Montague, and then the second touch over. And it was that Wathen who punched it back, and the Governors got caught once again. Nope, that was Macy Davis who pushed it back. That's a lib kill, so to speak. One for the libero, 20-15. 5-point advantage. Cross-court effort here for Bauer. Just misses. And the Governors match their first set number with their 5th hitting error. Here in the second game, 21-15. Had a similar score in that first game. Governors have to try to play from behind. Once again, Brewer swings. Blocked. Kept alive, but briefly, as Brewers will bump it back over and out of bounds. Brianna Brewer with her 4th kill. And Stevens starting to build momentum here. Wathen will continue in serve. That one, a bit of a floater. To the knees goes Swenson. Nice pass up. Cronin, though, hang time is blocked and can't keep it alive. And Stevens making all the plays now this one defensively, their fourth block point of the second set, their sixth overall. And Stevens leads by 8 with just 2 to go. Wathen will miss this one in the net. So the Governors get one back. Pierre still has a timeout they can use. Our time running short here in this second set now. Brewers stands beyond the service line. Will punch one out of there. Brewer off the net a bit, about 8 feet away, and unable to get this one across. It stays in the net and a point for the Governors. 17 serving 23. Ellie Brewers to the back left. Wathen will play it up to Montague. There's Brewer. Blocked this time by Cronin. Soma was there as well. Wathen from behind the 10-foot line cannot hit it far enough. Tried to tap it, tried to catch the Governors on their heels, but did not make it far enough. Stays in the net, and Pierre now with 3 in a row. Trying to cut into what was an 8-point deficit. Brewers, I thought this one was going into the net, but it does clear it away. Pierre gets a touch at the net. Hatton diving. Kept it in play, now push out, and Pierre almost got another one. Davis was able to keep it alive. Meanwhile, the Governors have it back. Here's Soma down the line. Davis digs it up to Montague. Good swing for Brewer. But with the touch, Swenson kept it alive. Now Soma and Swenson play the guy got it, you take it game. Soma at the last moment back bumped it out of there, but misses it wide and out of bounds, and game points is upon the Governors here. Stevens leading 24-18. Broderick is the server. Soma has to push one back. Wathen up to Montague this time. Power tap for Krause. Nothing there. Swenson to Brewers. Now Bauer punches one away. Here comes Brewer. Swenson to the net. Cronin can't get it over. Off of the line drive. And Brianna Brewer will get the last say of game number 2 as Rapid City Stevens will claim their second in as many sets. The Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Stevens 25, Pierre Governors 18. And again, Rapid City Stevens up 2 games to none on the scoreboard, brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Another 2-minute timeout. We're halfway through this one, and halftime and Governor broadcast brought to you by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in Pierre. We'll hear from them, and we're back for Game 3 in 2 minutes. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dimock Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimock Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, DimockDairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimock Cheese.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
That put them up 23-15 and mostly out of reach in that one. Nice block here by Cronin off of a first Stevens swing, but then back to the Raiders it goes, and the Comtech first serve put in play by the Governors, however, is won by Rapid City Stevens, and the setter, Aspen Montague, will get the first point. She'll rotate to serve as well. Swenson plays this one up. Just underway, game number 3. J.C. Bauer with a swing, but that's defended and now punched away from beyond the 10-foot line. Brianna Brewer will score. She's starting to heat up a little bit. Stevens has the first 2 in the third. Stevens starting to build some momentum. Here's Swenson. Line drive back to Brewers, who does get it up in the air, but the Governors don't get much on the clear away. Kraus, meanwhile, swings and scores off of that right side once again. Avery Kraus has had a hot hand. I've got her with 10 kills. They've got her with 9 on the board. Stevens spreading the wealth pretty well so far. 3-0. There's Cronin coming back. That might be the hardest hit ball of the night for the Governors. Campbell Cronin, well timed on a quick set by Ellie Brewers. Cronin will have her 5th kill of the evening. She leads the Govs, but nobody else with more than 2. In fact, Pierre has only 10 kills the entire evening so far. Brewers saves one out of the net. 2-hander away by Soma. Davis plays it up to Montague on the Stevens side. Brewers underneath it, then Soma out to Bauer. Not much on this one. Brewer off the knees and out to Wathen. It goes near side. She'll try one cross court. And that is missed wide and out of bounds. So the Govs come back with a couple. And they're back within 3-2. Early on in the third, Brian Oakland play-by-play. William Wilson in studio. Jordan Lutmer for live ticket on camera. Here's a miss by Wathen. Maybe miscommunication with Broderick. That one stays on the Stevens side in the net. 3-3 it is now. As Ellie Brewers continues in serve. Wathen passes that one up. Ooh, Montague might have had 2 hands on that one. But they play on, and Stevens misses it wide and out of bounds anyway. Lost some timing on that one, and it'll be 4-3. Suddenly the Governors lead. Here in the third, Brewers shimmies one off the net, and Montague, who was coming to make a play on it, somehow able to avoid it. It may have ricocheted away from her and behind her as Brewers touches the net on the serve. 4-4. Stevens back with it. Governors return from Soma. Here's Brewer up in the air. Big swing. The dig by Swenson, though, is back to the Raiders. Now Watson swings from the back line on the run, off the net. It crawls over, deflects away from every Governor. And it finds its way down. Sydney Watson now has 10. Actually, they have Watson with 10 and Kraus with 9. Now here is a 2-hit touch by Brewers, so a serve return error. That was the second hit. One thing about it, getting set up in system is still something the Governors are going to need some work on this year. Taking that first pass here off the net. This time Hanton makes a good pass, but then Brewers will shove it out. Wasn't quite ready to set anybody up, apparently. There's a block by Cronin back to the Raiders, but Brewer will miss this time, and Governors will pick up point number 5 in the third set, 4 of which have come with the help of Stevens' errors. Cronin serving now. Campbell, the 5'11 senior. Gets one across, played nicely by Wathen. Montague keeps it in the back row. Davis has to bump it out. Now Browers will let Soma come on the run. She taps it, though, and Addison Soma pulling the string and scoring her second kill. 6-6 early on. Now Stevens has won the first two sets by 6 and 7 points, respectively. That seems to be fairly one-sided, but these two teams have been very evenly matched, I think, through much of the night. It's just that Stevens has had been able to make more plays at the end of each of these first two games. Cronin low and into the net. Misses one here. Stevens back in front, 7-6. Swenson plays up the next one, and a swing by Fullerton out on the edge is blocked by Cecilia Shine. It comes back and finds its way once again right on the black line on the sideline. Block point again for Stevens. They're doing a great job blocking at the net tonight. Serving is Broderick. Pierre plays it up. Shoved out by the Governors. There's Brewer taking a swing again. Swenson to Brewer. In front of the 10-foot line. Not much on it for Bauer, though. There's Kraus, and that one stays on the Stevens side. Another hitting miscue. And another point to the Governors. This one is side out. Checking out is Swenson in place of Kira Gossman, who's had a quiet night. J.C. Bauer is out as well, and Hadley Hart will come in to serve. Sloan Waldrop had some serving opportunities, but Hart now in the second and early third, and the Govs will get a point here as Wathen cannot clear the net. Another miss by the Raiders as their error numbers continue to count. We're at 8-8. We're in the third. Hart, line drive floater, and an open hand touch here is called a lift on Montague. Serve return error, but a very effective serve at that by Hadley Hart. Can't give her an ace on that one, unfortunately. Another good serve deep to Davis. Wathen out of the back row, passes up front. Hart will take the first touch for the Governors. Up to Browers. Now Soma, who tried to hit it as hard as she could, but could not get on top of it. And this one goes long side out back to Stevens, breaking an 8-8 tie. Nope, the Governors had a 9-8 lead. Now it's 9-9, and we're tied. Third set, this is Avery Krause. Stevens up 2. You're at Riggs High Gym, and Fullerton trying to send one deep, but misfires. A little too much on that one. And an unforced error that time for the Govs. That'll favor the Stevens Raiders, who lead 10-9, but giving it back is Krause, as she'll miss in serve for the second time tonight. Pierre Governor Volleyball and River 92.7, your official voice of the Governors.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. When you're distracted, who's driving?
Governors serve it away here. They get it back, but right at the net. Out of the reach of Fullerton, who cannot tap it back. And a 10-10 tie broken. It'll give Stevens a lead. Rapid City Stevens playing for a sweep. We're in the third. Brianna Brewer serves away. Waldron is into the back row, playing defense now. Governors get it up to Kira Gossman, who is dug up. Here we'll push it back. Chance for Wathen, left side. That's through the block of Brewers and down out of bounds. Sydney Wathen with her 10th. She and Avery Krause. Actually, Sydney with 11 now. Which would be her, I believe, third of this third game. 12-10. Gossman tries but misses. Governors are trying, but I'll tell you what, getting in system hasn't quite happened as often as they'd like, and they aren't getting the big swings that they really need in order to kind of get Stevens, if anything, back on their heels. Here's a couple of loose balls at the net. Here's got the chance now as Waldron will set up Gossman outside left, but that one is dug up by Macy Davis. Now Wathen Good block by the Govs to set things up. Gossman in the middle of the Stevens side, pushed back up. Wathen will miss a tapper once again, and the Governors will get a side out back. That ends a 3-point rally. For the Raiders, it'll be 11 serving 13. Here with it back, Savannah Fullerton's turn to serve. Nice shot. Kraus, too late on that one, and Savannah Fullerton will register the 4th service ace of the night for the Govs. 4 individuals with 1 each. Stevens with 2 individual aces. Now 2 in a row for Fullerton as she gets this one in a perfect position in between middle and right back for the Raider back line. 13-13. That's where the Munsters lived on Mockingbird Lane. We continue. Here comes Wathen on the run through the Governor block, back into the net, kept alive, and a nice push out by Cronin, but a good play also by Waldron and Broers. Now the Governors have a chance, but Gossman swings. This one comes down a little too far, and this attack is in the net. So Pierre with a good 3-point service run, but Stevens gets side out, and they'll keep the lead again. 14-13. Davis's serve. Hanton back in at libero for the Govs. Waldron has to push one out. A free ball on the return of serve. Here's Brewer from the back line. Hanton is there again. Close to the net. Tapper, and Stevens is in the net. And this is Broers, who is able to win this battle. I think Stevens had a play on that power tap with a two-hander for Ellie Broers, so no kill here. Another error for Stevens. The Governors don't care how they get them. They just need the points, and they'll... Wide on the near side. And Stevens keeps the lead again. 15-14. 1-2-3 quick as Pierre finally gets it out of there. It was a Montague serve that was very effective. Here come the Raiders. And here comes Avery Kraus. Once again, the Governors just a little too late on the reflexive effort. Kraus has 11 kills. Wathen with 11 kills. 16-14 Raiders. Swenson will play up the serve this time. Bauer with a good swing. Davis back across. Cronin couldn't put it away. Second touch by Davis. Back up to Kraus with a punch out. Cronin will try again. Davis is there. Now out to Wathen. Go the Raiders. And the tapper is good. A good look this time by Sydney Wathen, who has a dozen. Stevens with 3 in a row, starting to build momentum again. They're trying to finish off a 3-game sweep after losing in 4 sets at Aberdeen Central last night. Outside right, Stevens defending well. Now Swenson with a good dig. This time it's Bauer to the feet of the line judge. Todd Sandel ducked away, but he saw it come down properly. Bauer with her first kill since game 1. It's her third of the night. Boy, the Governors need some spirited points like that one. And that all started with a really nice dig by Ava Swenson. Here's Broers back to serve. See if Pierre can get a service point or 2 or more. And this one, I believe, off the net, but still good for Avery Kraus. Stevens has 2 hot hands tonight. 18-15, the Raiders lead. Wathen's across. Now the Governors are out of rotation. Wathen turned in an ace anyway. I'm going to give it to her. That'll be their third. Stanley County trailing 48-0 at halftime. High school football on KGFX. They're at number 1 and reigning state champion Parkston tonight. After Hill City seemed to catch them off guard last week across the river in Fort Pierre. Governor season opener is tomorrow. 5 o'clock kickoff up at Aberdeen Central. We'll be there to see if the Governors watch and follow their title defense looking for an 8th straight. Bauer, meanwhile, on the volleyball court, able to put one away. Kill number 4, second in the set. Governors trailing by 3. Stevens is 6 away from a sweep. Make it 5 as Campbell Cronin will serve a little bit long. Service errors, there were 5 of those for Pierre in the first set. Only 2 in the second, but they do have 3 more here in the third, so 10. Overall, now 20, serving 16. Reagan Broderick served this one. A one-hander by Soma away. Here comes Krause again. The Governors dig it back over the net. 1, 2, 3, not enough. And that first attempt by Cecilia Shine to put it back on the Governor's side off of the dig that returned was just a little bit mistimed, and that helped the Governor cause. That'll go as an error by the Raiders, but again, the Governors with a much-needed side out. 17 serving 20. Swenson is out. Gossman back in up front for the Governors, and serving is Hadley Hart. She'll get the return off of a Governor block touch up front. Here's Gossman from 10 feet away. Off the net. Dug up in the air by Montague. Stevens with another swing. They get it back, and they'll crush it again. Brianna Brewer swung once. The Governors got a touch up front, and then a return back right to the net. And Brewer, as we talked about Tuesday night, those hitters, they just love it when those digs and they'll play ups come right back to the net. They'll just keep jumping and they'll just keep swinging. Here's a floating serve that will go long. First opportunity of the night, I believe, for Jaden Schurer, a junior in off the bench. 21-18 now. Still a 3-point deficit, still within reach of the Governors here, but a hot shot this time for Brewer again. Hadley Hart had a dig, but it went straight up. Fast and hard, but it came down off of the backside of the basketball structure, and no time for the Governors to make a play off of that. 22-18, T-minus 3 and counting. They'll have to wait, though, as Gossman will find the spot on the Stevens side. The Governors will get another quick side out back here, 22-19. Stevens by 3. This is Fullerton to serve. And another one that'll go long. Serving aggressive is a good thing, but boy, in crunch time, you've got to keep them in play. Just like you got to make your free throws if you're playing basketball. 23-19. A dire situation for the Governors. 2 to go for the Raiders as they look for the sweep. They don't get anything on this return. There's Waldron calling for a set. Passing out to Gossman. Nice ranging dig for Macy Davis. Another clear out. There's Brewers with a chance. The pass by Hanton on the dig turns into an assist as Ellie Brewers on SWAT number 2. Hammers it home, and Ellie with a big point here. The Governors still have a hill to climb. But for the first time in any game this season, this is their 6th set played, but for the first time, they cracked the 20-point barrier. See if they can get some more as they rotate Ava Swenson to serve. J.C. Bauer back in at left front. Pass up to Montague here, and Wathen will swing and score, and we're at match point for the Raiders. Sydney Wathen with her 13th kill. Avery Krause, who checked out in place of Sure for the Raiders. It might not have been Sure. Here's Hanton returning the serve. Stays in the back rope. Here has to free ball it back, and this one avoids all the structures. It comes back down. Stevens for the finish. No, they cannot clear the net, and the Governors will stay alive. Avery Krause on the right side swinging, but that one not touched by Pierre. It stays on the Stevens side. And match point number 2 coming up here as Brewers will rotate to serve. 24-21. Stevens and Brewers with a service error in the net. And that is how this one will come to an end. Governors get to 21 in the third, but they will fall short. Your Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Third set is Rapid City Stevens 25-21. A three-game sweep for the Raiders reads 25-19, 25-18, and 25-21. Stevens with their first win of the season in their opening weekend. They're 1-1, losing at Aberdeen in 4 last night, sweeping the Governors here at Riggs High. This evening, the Governors fall to 0-2 to start the season. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre, as we'll pause for 3 minutes, and our postgame is next. The postgame sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. We're back to give you the recap. We've got big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics, your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game on the way as well. So this one happens in a 3-game sweep. 3 minutes in our postgame next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as a basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 an hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 3. That's 833-605-5483, extension 3, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs. Call Family Dental at 224-7774 today.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our Pierre office today by visiting rankygray.com.
Back at Riggs High Gym as Rapid City Stevens bounces back from a 4-set loss at Aberdeen Central last night with a 3-game sweep here of the Pierre Governors tonight. I think we see some improvement from first match on Tuesday night, the loss to Watertown, to the second match here for Pierre against Rapid City Stevens. Governors are inching that point total up a little bit, but they still fall in straight sets in this one. 25-19, 25-18. and 25-21. One thing we touched on throughout the evening, though, I believe, is I think from what we were seeing, a little bit of a pretty even match. I think both coaches were very eager to play each other in this one because of maybe a competitive balance. But once again, one thing that plagued the Governors on Tuesday in that loss to Watertown was long-scoring rallies given up. And Watertown was able to get a number of those. Pierre didn't give up quite as many tonight. You know, not in the 5, 6, 7, even 8-point range. There was one early on, an 8-point rally that gave Stevens the advantage in that first set. But throughout the evening, maybe a couple more 5-point runs. But most of the rallies for Stevens were of the 2 and 3-point variety. Pierre maybe with a few more one-and-done side outs. But, and the Govs had their rallies as well, 3, 4. In fact, they even had a 6-point rally to start the second set. But again, Stevens just a little more seasoned and able to make a few more plays in this one. The stats will show that. And once again, the kill column is where we will see Stevens dominating in the stats just a bit. But talking about the competitive balance in this one is we give you the recap early on. It seemed like Stevens would score a couple, the Governors would score a couple, and that was the seesaw that went back and forth. 3-1, 3-3, 5-3, 5-5, 7-5, 7-7, even 9-7 before Pierre took their first lead in the first set at 10-9. They then built a 13-10 lead, and then they led 14-13, but that's where the first big rally of the night came. In fact, it was 7 straight for Stevens to go up 20-14, and they didn't look back. From there, the Governors gave up another couple of points here and there while only scoring one at a time themselves, and Stevens wins it 25-19. So that 6-point lead that Stevens built by scoring 7 in a row stood at the end of that first game, 25-19. Then Stevens scored the first 2 of the second set, but Pierre came back, and L.A. Brewers leads the charge with a 6-point service run. The Governors led 6-2, but then the Raiders come back and scored 4 in a row to a 6-6 tie. Pierre had a couple. Stevens gets 3. The Governors seesawed back in front to 11-10. Then Stevens at 13-11. The Governors actually never did lead that second game again, and it's still fairly close at 18-15, but then a 5-point run put them up 23-15. And even though Pierre came back with a few to get back within 5 at that point, 23-18, but Stevens scored the last couple, and they win that second game 25-18. Then they started with the first 3 in the third, only to see the Govs come back with 4 of their own. Stevens got another 3. They led 6-4. Pierre comes up with their first lead at 9-8, or their next lead at 9-8. Then from 10-10, Stevens scored a few. The Govs scored a few. We're tied again at 13, tied at 14, but then 3 more for Stevens to put up a 17-14 advantage, and that was the lead that they did not relinquish. So even though the runs weren't as long that the Governors were giving up this time, for the most part, like we say, just a few 3-point rallies compared to 1-point side outs. And even that, you get a few of those, you start building a cushion. And that was one of the things that helped Stevens claim the lead here. And they win that last one, 25-21. Coach Carrie Wheelhouse is on her way up. We'll get her geared up. Let's take a 1-minute timeout as our Family Dental postgame continues. We're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
when a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Our Family Dental postgame continues. The Governors play well at times tonight, but Stevens just a little bit better, and a 3-set sweep goes to the visiting Raiders as Kerry Wheelhouse, the new head coach, comes up to talk about this one. And, Coach, I think from match number 1 to match number 2, you get, I think, one thing I've been talking about so far in the recap is a little bit of a better competitive balance with the Stevens Raiders this time. Once again, maybe a couple of long service rallies on Stevens' part does you in a little bit, but this one I think you see some improvements and some things to continue to move forward, build on as you get another match coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, I am very proud of the girls tonight. Our passing was a ton better tonight than it was on Tuesday night, so already making improvements in that. We were hitting the ground like we needed to, picking up, not letting things drop. Really going after everything. So really proud of them on that spot. Our serves got away from us a little bit. Yep. A little long on those, and got to figure out what we're doing and tweak that a little bit. But yeah, I think the girls are a little disappointed in the outcome of this. So hopefully tomorrow they'll come back again ready to play.
Well, let's talk about serves a little bit here. Of course, in the last few years, Coach Tiffany Stoser always had a key to success as aggressive serving. I'm sure that's still key. You always want to serve aggressively, and it seemed like the girls were certainly ready to do that. Yeah, you get them going a little bit long, and maybe some adjustments need to be made, but errors are okay. Granted, timing of errors can be crucial, but you certainly don't want to take off that aggressiveness at all.
Yeah, we don't want to back them off. I'm okay with a serve going long versus going in the net, because at least, you have a chance of somebody picking up and tipping it out. So just keep focusing on them. We're trying to get, our serves deep. We're sending them deep, wanting them to get them move their feet and get up, but sometimes it just goes a little too far. All
right. And then, I think the one thing, too, and you talk about passing still needing, the one thing I'm really noticing in this one tonight, and sometimes it just seems you're getting some swings, but there's maybe a little too much tapping going on, too. And that's something that, again, maybe you get a better chance at tomorrow.
Yeah, I was talking with the girls tonight, too, that they needed to get a lot more aggressive in their swings. We were doing too much playing it safe. And our sets are not quite where they needed to be, and Ellie's fully aware of that and has said, I need to work on pushing that a little bit further. But we just got to get aggressive, and if we can't swing away, then we need to figure out how to tip over the block or push it deep. And I saw a lot more of that tonight, which I was very proud with the girls on, that they were doing some different stuff.
Of course, some of your best swings, Rapid City Stevens tonight had the better block maybe than what Watertown did, and they did a good job up defensively at the net.
Yep, and right away at the beginning we talked about we just needed to move them, pull them one way or push them, kind of pull them around that block and not just hit straight into it. And the girls started to adjust, but a little too late.
Statistically, I think Stevens' bugaboo tonight is the number of errors that they commit, but some of them will be unforced. But I think you can take some, feel pretty good about maybe how many errors you're inducing from your opponent tonight.
Yeah, very proud of the girls that they really tried to get them off their balance, try and push deep corners, try and get them to be off so that they don't get that just nice pass right back to that setter and get that nice hit from the outside or back. They made them move, and that's what we want them to do.
All right, so Rapid City Central tomorrow with an early start. I mean, you guys are going to be in here awful early when you look at the JV start times. It's a 12:30 first serve. Central again is kind of in a rebuilding mode once again, so it's a matchup you can look forward to, and you just have to go out and continue to stay aggressive and make the plays, and hopefully things will take care of themselves.
Yeah, we got to learn how to keep pushing the gas and not let off of it, and really kind of find that aggressiveness that we need to get these other teams out of our way.
All right, Coach, we'll wish you the best of luck tomorrow, and I'll see you on Thursday.
All right, thank you.
At Douglas. Coach Kerry Wheelhouse, Governors, coming up short tonight. Straight set loss as Rapid City Stevens claims the victory. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. We're back with more of our post game. We've got big plays of the game. Of course, we'll give you the statistics when we return as well, and still player of the game to award in just a little bit. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Krueger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KruegerContracting.com or find Krueger Contracting on Facebook.
Family Dental postgame continues here. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. And, let's take a look at giving you the recap. We've talked to the coach. Here's the statistics in this one. Of course, unofficially, starting on the offensive side in the kill column. Rapid City Stevens in 3 sets will outscore the Governors tonight 37-15. One of the things we talked with the coach about is that maybe just not getting in system enough to really get a lot of aggressive attacks and a lot of aggressive swings. That's something I think the Govs still need some work on, and the kill numbers will show as a result. 15 for the Govs tonight, led by Campbell Cronin, who will have 5. Actually, I got her with 6 kills, so let's redo that. 6 for Cronin. J.C. Bauer with 2 in the first, 2 in the third. Quiet in between. She'll finish with 4, but then Addison Soma with 2, Kira Gossman with 2, Ellie Browers and Savannah Fullerton with 1 apiece. And that actually 10, 12, 14, 16 kills overall for the Governors in this one. 37, though, for Rapid City Stevens, and they are led by Sydney Wathen and Avery Krause, who have 25 of the 37 between them. Wathen with 13, Krause with 12. Also in double figures. Pretty good supporting cast there with Brianna Brewer also, as she'll collect 8. And Brewer might have been the hardest hitting of the attackers for the Stevens side tonight. Meanwhile, setter Aspen Montague with 3 kills. Macy Davis, the libero, coming up with 1 as well. All Stevens in the kill column. Meanwhile, out of the 16 assists, 16 kills for Pierre, I did have Ellie Browers with 9 assists to lead that category. Meanwhile, blocking, where the Governors maybe out-blocked Watertown the other night. Tonight it was Stevens, 7 block points and 3 ace blocks from Cecilia Shine. Avery Krause with a couple, Brianna Brewer, Sydney Wathen with 1 each. Campbell Cronin is in on 2 blocks to lead the Governors, but that's all they had. 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Pierre out serves as far as aces go. Rapid City Stevens, Savannah Fullerton with a couple of big ones in that third set. Pierre has 5 overall. Cronin, Browers, and Swenson. Ava Swenson with 1 each. 5 aces against 11 errors. Rapid City Stevens with 3 aces, 2 from Sydney Wathen, 1 from Macy Davis, against 9 service errors. And then the errors on the floor, as we talk about. Stevens has a big number. They're averaging 9 a set. They have 27 overall unofficially. Pierre with 18, averaging 6 per set. Some of those you'd say that Pierre induced. Some of them were unforced as far as Stevens is concerned. But obviously some things that you still want to limit as you move forward in the season. Those are the stats, but it's a 3-set sweep for Rapid City Stevens, 25-19. 18 and 21. So let's talk about big plays of the game. Big plays come from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and I think there was a specific turning point that'll be our big play. We'll talk about that, but let's first hear from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics, and even though those service runs given up by the Governors weren't coming as frequently tonight as they did Tuesday night, unfortunately, there were a couple of key moments where Rapid City Stevens took advantage, and the first one came in the first set. Pierre was up 14-13 in a set that was going where neither team led by more than 3. Pierre had a 13-10 lead, only to have Stevens come back and even that up at 13-13. Governors get a side out, but then Stevens scored 7 in a row. And Pierre, who had been pretty clean in that first game at that point, did commit 3 or 4 errors in that 7-point run by Stevens to help them to a 20-14 lead. So unfortunately, that's where things kind of went the wrong direction for the Governors. And as the Raiders went up by 6 at that point, they win the first set by 6. Governors were hanging tough in that second game within 3 at 18-15, but 5 more for Stevens put them up by 8, and that was the second service run that kind of turns into a big play of the game as well. The Governors had leads in all 3 sets in this one. Third set, actually, their last lead was fairly early. It was at 10-9. But they were tied at 13, tied at 14. Stevens scored a few and never looked back. They were up 17-14 at that point. But they led 14-13 in the first. They led also 11-10 in the second. So Stevens had the advantage through the second half of that second set as well. But those are the big plays of the game, specifically the 7-point rally by Rapid City Stevens to go up 20-14 in set number 1. Big plays brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And the last order of business is to give to you tonight's player of the game. Player of the game sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre. Let's hear from them. Your POG is next in Governor Volleyball.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country, Cowboy Country Stores.
Cowboy Country Stores and Pierre and Ford Pierre player of the game on the losing side of things for the Governors. I did have Campbell Cronin. I got to correct myself yet again. It was just 5 kills initially, which I said initially. Then I changed it to 6, but I have her still with 5. Leading the way in the offensive category, J.C. Bauer also with 4. But that's the Governors obviously need more in that particular column to finish points off. And that'll start with passing as well, I think, as that continues to come around. 5 aces tonight, couple of good things, and still some good hustle. But Stevens making more plays tonight. So we look on the winning side of things, and I think a pretty good job in distributing the volleyball tonight. Aspen Montague setting things up. But there were 2 big hitters for Rapid City Stevens. Avery Krause with 12. But let's go with the leading scorer on the official scoreboard, Sydney Wathen with 13 points, 13 kills. She did have a couple of aces for 15 points and then a block point as well. So 16 total points for Sydney Wathen. Good all-around effort as Stevens collects their first win of the season. Sydney Wathen, the standout senior, is the player of the game for Rapid City Stevens in a 3-set sweep. That's brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores of Pierre and Fort Pierre. So Stevens opens up 1-1 on their opening weekend. They've got Rapid City Central at home on Tuesday night. The Governors have Rapid City Central tomorrow afternoon, 12 o'clock pregame, and Justin Cowart will have the call of that one starting with the pregame at 12. Once again, it's very early. I think it's that puts the JV match at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Stevens will be driving here from Aberdeen tonight after losing their match up there as well. I should say Central will be here early tomorrow morning. So 12 o'clock noon pregame, 12:30 with the first serve. And again, Justin Cowart here on River 92.7 for the call on that one tomorrow. And tomorrow night, we've got football coming your way. The Governors, the 7-time defending champions in Aberdeen to battle the Golden Eagles. I'll have that one starting at 4:30 with the pregame. Hope you can join us. And then later in the week, we've got Governor Volleyball on Thursday at Douglas. The Governors take to the road for the first time this season, and that'll be Thursday night. Governor football once again on Friday night. Governor soccer next Saturday when the Governors host the Spearfish Spartans. That's the schedule of broadcasts coming up. Meanwhile, for Governor Sports, otherwise, the cross-country team will get at it at Sioux Falls next Friday for their next event, competitive cheer and dance, beginning their season, I believe. Well, maybe it's already underway, but their next action will be at Mitchell on Thursday, and then they host the Pierre Invitational a week from tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. here at Riggs High Gym. Soccer, as we mentioned, is at Rapid City Stevens tomorrow. Then they're at Watertown on Tuesday before hosting Spearfish in our next soccer broadcast from the PILC soccer fields. Govs both winning last night in that Hollister Field event over Sturgis, so trying to pick up where they left off tomorrow off of those couple of wins. Girls tennis is at Mitchell on Friday next weekend, and then at Harrisburg and Sioux Falls Christian on Saturday. Governor Golf has been playing well so far, a Pierre Invitational victory with 3 of the top 4 scorers, and Sawyer Sonnenschein setting an individual school record, but Sawyer also won the Huron invite yesterday, and then the Governor golfers will next be in play at Aberdeen Central, I assume at Lee Park Country Club or Lee Park Golf Course. That'll be on Tuesday. So there's your Governor Sports varsity calendar here for these fall sports. And as we follow your Governors or Rapid City Stevens fans heading back home, we wish you safe travels. And remember, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team, reminding us all to buckle up. That's the best way to save your life in a crash. Do it for your family and friends. You've got someplace to be. You can rewatch our broadcasts on drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, or the DRG News app, thanks in part to Live Ticket, who does the live video streaming. You can watch it at rewatch at YouTube and on GoGovs.live. Watch our volleyball and football matchups tomorrow live as well at drgnews.com and on the DRG News app. For Jordan Lutmer, who's doing the video for Live Ticket, for William Wilson back in our DRG Media Group studios, I'm Brian Oakland. By the way, there still is high school football going on DRG Media Group stations tonight, so tune over to one of the other stations and then join us tomorrow for Governor Volleyball in the afternoon, Governor Football in the evening. Here on your official home of the Governor's River, 92.7. I'm Brian Oakland. Have yourselves a great rest of this one, everybody.
This presentation of Pierre Governor Athletics was proudly presented by Dakota Mart, Access Health, May Adam, TMA, Avera Health, Graham Tire, Slumberland Furniture in Pierre, American Bank and Trust, Pierre Regional Airport, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel, Zander Auto Parts, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Bellman Lumber, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm, Krueger Contracting, Overhead Door, Live Ticket, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Motors, Century Business Products, Superior Concrete, Brittney Schiefelbein Agency LLC, All Around Graphics, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Capital City Campus, Coca-Cola, Delta Dental, Comtech, First Dakota National Bank, Floss Dentistry, Guadalajara, Iceberg Funeral Home, James River Broadcasting and DRG Media Group, Maher Law Office, Midco, Olinger Law Firm, Pierre Chamber of Commerce, Pierre Dental Clinic, Pitt's Design and Build, Red Rosa, South Dakota National Guard, Stolken Peterson Lingle Walti and Jones LLP, and Wegner Auto. DRG Media Group thanks you for listening to this broadcast of Pierre Governor Athletics.